They say my sisters are unable to handle criticisms. Now, the interesting part about this is, there's always two sides to a story, right? So what I want to touch on is, how do these people convey their criticisms to my sisters? How do they present the criticisms of my sisters? See, there's always an aspect of how folks conduct themselves in the manner of being critical. And sometimes what people do is they don't have the greatest approach. Sometimes what folks do is they hold whatever dislike, whatever biases that they have, they hold those things in their nature. They hold it within their personalities. And then they want to project. And they want to now deliver some type of criticism. But their approach comes off totally disingenuous, comes off totally demoralizing, disrespectful. So when you say that my sisters can't handle criticism, I don't think that it's the fact that they can't handle criticism. Like any other species out here, any other race out here, folks, you're going to have some folks who, no matter how you approach them, they're going to respond combatively. That always happens in whoever. But I think what happens is, if you already have this perceived imagery of my sisters, of being all the stuff that I talked about in all these videos, if you already have that perception, right? And then you got the nerve to try to come out and now say, or, hey, let me give you some advice. You believe what you believe about my sisters in all these videos, but now you want to lend some advice. You want to give some kind of criticism to help better them, to help them grow, to possibly change what it is that you thought was a shortcoming. But your energy is wrong. Your biases are wrong. You're not neutral at all. You're coming with that same energy that you had about what you believed about my sisters. So my sisters can feel that. They can sense that, oh, you're not being genuine. You're being a little bit condescending. You're throwing out like this gaslighting type of stuff. You're not being real with me. You want to be able to see that there's a response of me becoming more combative, so that way then what it does is it confirms, see, that's why we can't give you any criticism. But you have to zero out. You have to zero out what you already feel and what your biases are about my sisters. You already have to zero that out, or it doesn't work. It's never going to work. They're never going to accept your criticism because it's coming from a bad place. It's coming from a bad place. So why would they? Why would they accept it? So, my sisters handle criticism, constructive criticism, yes. But coming from a good place, yes. Coming from a place where you are not automatically assuming that this is what you're expecting to see when you come and you speak to them and you have some kind of criticisms, you don't come from a better place. You don't come from a humbling place, or the place of you are speaking from a vantage point of you're on a different pedestal. You are better in nature. You're coming from this superiority. That place too, that doesn't work either. Because the same folks that are giving the criticism, I guarantee you, you've had encounters with folks who have come to you and they've talked to you and they've given you criticism and you felt the same thing. You turned around and you said, man, that person was being condescending. That person was being disingenuous. You had those same experiences. So it's the same exact thing. Like I said, there's always two sides to what things are being shown, how people are reacting, cause and effect. Think about your own situation. Think about the things that you've gone through and understand that people came to you with that bad energy. So you've got to come with better energy to my sisters. You have to zero out, eliminate the fact that you feel what you feel about my sisters. And if you can't do that, then I'm not sure what your purpose is of saying what you're saying. Now, on my other video, when I talk about men on my other channel, I talk about that sometimes what happens, and this is for my sisters, sometimes what happens is you have to listen to the criticism and assess the words. Because sometimes there's messages in those words that are specifically for you, to help you. Sometimes that's the case. Again, this is only for my sisters. When you hear the criticisms, you assess it. You deconstruct it. What they say, you chew on the meat and you spit out the bone. There's some things out of that criticism, out of some, not all, some criticisms that may be able to enhance your life. It's almost like the one teacher that you had in school. And that teacher was getting on top of you, telling you that you weren't, you had to redo your papers again. You got these, low grades on your tests. And they always seem like they were on top of you all the time. And then it comes to find out, maybe later on, maybe after you're done with school or whatever, they come to find out that teacher says, hey, I expected better of you. I felt you had more in you. And that's why I pushed you. That's why I didn't accept anything less than what you were able to offer. Sometimes there's situations like that in criticisms. So you can't fully take that folks are coming to you just trying to impede your progress, impede whatever goal that you're trying to achieve, to change who you are. Sometimes that's not necessarily what's in the message. Sometimes there's messages, and if you're a spiritual person, you should truly believe that sometimes the Almighty has a way of interjecting and sending folks and sending things your way. That's why I say you have to assess it. Assessing it, analyzing it. Basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Dissecting it, and seeing before you respond, before you get a response emotionally. Look at the criticism, hear the criticism, and maybe, just maybe, there's something in there that's going to help you along the way. It's going to better your life. It's going to help you maybe think differently. I've had that happen many times. Sometimes you get kind of bullheaded and you're like, you don't want to hear nothing, whatever, and stuff like that. But this is life. We're here for a purpose. We're here for some type of reason, but we're here to learn. We're here to grow. And everybody that you come in contact with plays a part, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. All right? I'm going to catch you on the next note. Peace out.